Hello, everybody. So I just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know what my recovery has been like as I promised. So today is 7 weeks exactly post-op. So I had my surgery April 7th on a Wednesday, and now today is May 26th, Wednesday. So it's exactly 7 weeks, and I just wanted to let you guys know what my recovery process was like for me and hopefully give you guys things to expect in case you have surgery coming up yourself. And I made sure to make a list of things that I felt like would be helpful. So after I had my surgery, my doctor also gave me a pain pump catheter, which I didn't see anyone else talk about on YouTube, and I think that was a little unique. So it was this round disc, and I showed it in my last video, and it had like two tubes that went into each side of my incision. They were very, very tiny, and that would release pain medication over time. And that was a little strange. It was a little uncomfortable. The leads were so long, maybe 2 or 3 feet long. So I had to carry it with me all the time. It had just these long cords with it, just so you can shower, leave it outside the shower and stuff like that. So I had to keep that in for 4 days. And then on Saturday, I removed it. And I have someone here helping me. So it was a little difficult. I had to pull off some tape and stuff, and then we had to pull out the catheter, and the catheter was so long. It was at least 2 feet long. I have no idea how that even was inside of me, but it was so gross. And I have a little video of it that I think I'm going to add, so just be mindful. It's a little a little gory. If you have a weak stomach, maybe fast forward to it. But as soon as I took out the catheter, I'd have to say I felt instant relief. I think it was kind of making me a little bit uncomfortable. Could have been mind over matter. Maybe if I didn't have the catheter, I would have been in more pain. So I'm not sure what it is having one and not having one. But I will say it was just annoying to just have it carrying it around, even when I'm sleeping, making sure it's next to me and not falling off the bed and stuff like that. So I removed that on Saturday. So that was 4 days after my surgery. And then on the 5th day was pretty much when I stopped taking medication. So I was taking oxycodone, and then I wasn't taking ibuprofen at first, and then I started to take it maybe 2 days later. But honestly, by Sunday, I stopped taking pain medication. So that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days later, I was off pain meds. I wasn't saying it's because I wasn't in pain. I was in pain, but it was more discomfort. So it wasn't something where I felt like I definitely needed pain medication. It just felt uncomfortable to get up and uncomfortable to walk. Just things that you would kind of expect. Nothing that was too excruciating. So I did have some pain just walking. I kind of felt right at my incision, just felt like there was a lump there. And I would walk kind of slow. I went to the grocery store a week after my surgery. I drove, and walking around the grocery store was so hard. I'm at home, I'm moving around, and I'm okay, I can do this. But when you go outside, it's a whole different world. And I'm pushing the cart, relying on the cart more for support, because it even hurts to fully just stand up straight. So I would say I kind of pushed myself there a little before time. Also around the incision, right above the incision, so right under my belly, it is numb. I don't have much feeling there, and that feels weird. And then when I asked the doctor about that, she said I just have to keep massaging it. It's just they cut through you, so they cut your nerves and it's going to take a while to come back. Or she also said it may never come back. So that's a little annoying. So to be honest, I haven't really been working on the massages at all, just because it's just a little uncomfortable for me to do. It's just weird, like rubbing myself there, feeling that scar. It kind of like gives me the creeps. So I need to work on it because I want that sensation to come back. I don't want to not have sensation there forever. So then I went in for my post-op, my 2-week post-op, and the doctor just like looked at me. She didn't do an exam or anything. I didn't even have to get dressed. I just pulled like the waistband of my pants down. She checked out my incision and said that everything looks great, which, I don't know, to me, I'm just like, how do you know? But I still had glue on my incision. So what she did was they sewed with invisible stitches, dissolvable stitches inside. So like my organs and stuff. And then on the outside, they just glued the incision shut. So I had so much glue left. And she said that they had told me it was going to fall off in a few days. Never did. I don't even think one piece fell off. Like, it was glued. So she said, when you go home, you can remove the glue. And I had no idea what to do. So she said to take like a Q-tip and some Vaseline and just kind of like try to remove it. And that was so difficult because, it's been 2 weeks. So obviously I'm not like shaving or taking care of hair there. So the glue is like stuck onto the hair. It's a little painful. So like the Vaseline is kind of helping to like smooth things along. I also added baby oil. I needed some scissors to kind of cut my way through, but I got it all off. And I was so happy to see like my skin, happy to see my scar, because it just looked awful when you had glue and all that stuff there. You don't know what to expect. So I'll also add a picture of what my scar looked like 2 weeks after surgery. And be mindful, like I said, there is some hair there, obviously, because it's been such a long time, but happy nonetheless. Another thing on my list was bloating. So I had the worst bloating ever since surgery. So, like eating, my stomach would just bloat and it just felt so heavy and it would look a lot bigger, and I'm not used to that. So that made me so uncomfortable. Wearing clothes made me feel so uncomfortable because I just felt so bloated. And I guess that's common. I guess, you cut through like part of your stomach, so your digestive system is going to take a while to adjust and to go back to its normal way. Even though I was still sort of regular at the bathroom, I was taking Miralax, and that helped. So I was at least going in the morning, maybe at night, but still the bloating was still there. After I removed my scar, I did apply some like vitamin E ointment, and I have some bio oil. Didn't really do much for me as far as like healing or making it look nicer, but just wanted to tell you guys that's what I put on it. I am going to look into getting some, they're like these silicone patches that also help you with scarring. So my friend uses that. She had a C-section. She sent them to me. So I'm going to try that out too. It looks like it really helped for her. I still had pain on like each side of my incision. Like it definitely hurt to walk, like I said. I almost thought I even had a hernia just because I had a pain there and I could still feel that lump. But when I asked the doctor to check it out, she said I was fine. So my period. So then I got my period 2 more weeks later. So 4 weeks post-op. And if you guys ever watched my first video, I just talked about how heavy my periods were, how I had to sleep on a towel, how I had to like change so often, how many accidents I had. I even had like terrible clotting. My period this time, and the doctor even told me, your first period is probably going to be pretty heavy, and she wanted me to hold on to the progesterone pills that I had because she thought I might need them. But this period was so manageable. I was so happy. I would say the first day was pretty heavy, but heavy as anyone's first day would be. So I wore like one of those big pads that I used to wear. Only had to change it like one other time. It wasn't like soaking through where I had to change frequently. And then the next day just wore like regular maxi pads, but the ones that weren't as thick. And then it literally just decreased. No accidents, no clotting. That was just awesome. And it lasted a week. So that was good. I kind of felt like it wasn't going to end. And that was my biggest fear because I was so used to just having periods that didn't end. And even when it came up until the week, the 7th day, I was still seeing it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is just not going away. Please don't tell me this is happening again. But like by the end of that night, it did go away. So I was so happy about that. And now I'm just like, okay, surgery was definitely worth it. And I'm just really happy. And I hope it continues to stay like that. Let's see. So then I went for my 6-week post-op last week Wednesday, and that's when she did like more of a thorough exam. So I had to get undressed. She used a speculum, just looked inside, and then, you know, like used her fingers brushed on my stomach and told me that everything looks great. I'm healing fine. I was cleared for intercourse, and I want to say I'm probably cleared to work out of the gym. I really didn't ask her because I'm not that active as I should be. And I even planned a trip. So I made sure to have something to look forward to. I decided to go to Miami. So I actually just got back from Miami this past Monday. So I was cleared. My 6-week post-op was on Tuesday, and I left for Miami on Friday, and everything was fine. Like, you know, my scar had healed. I was able to carry my bags and stuff and walk around in the airport without too much discomfort. Also, I complained to her about the bloating, so she recommended these probiotic pills called Align, and I started taking that. And I also went on a no carb, no sugar diet just because I'm going to Miami. I'm going to be in a swimsuit, so I don't want to be bloated because I'm still dealing with bloating, and it helped so much. I don't know if it was the diet. I'm not sure if it was the probiotic pills, but my stomach went down significantly. I felt so much better. I felt so much more confident, and I was able to enjoy my vacation. So I also tried those Goli gummies. I have the Goli gummies here. So like these Goli gummies, and I take those at night. Honestly, can't say, you know, that's helping as well. I mean, I'm sure dieting is like the biggest part, but all in all, the surgery was successful, and it did help with my bleeding. It did help with my heavy bleeding. It did help with shortening my periods, having a normal period. And that's, you know, really why we're doing it. And I just have to say, I'm so happy. I mean, you know, when you're recovering, you kind of feel like it's just never gonna end. You just feel like you're going to suffer forever. And I will be honest, I feel like I'll never be the same. You know, I have that scar there. I still feel that lump. I feel like it's the tissue starting to heal around it. And then I'll never know if my nerves will come back where I'm not feeling any sensation. So I'm sure it's something I'm always going to deal with, but in the grand scheme of things, and when I look at the bigger picture, my quality of life has gone up. Like I could have never imagined even like going to Miami pre-surgery because I would always be bleeding. I would always be uncomfortable. I wouldn't be able to wear what I wanted to wear. So I would definitely say that it was worth it. So if you guys make the decision to have your surgery, just know that in the end, you are going to be happy. Your quality of life is going to improve, and you're going to be able to go back to doing things that you wanted to do. And I just feel like a brand new person. I had my birthday a few weeks ago, and that was really my plan. I was like, I want to have this surgery, and I want to just feel like a new person, like entering into another year of life. And I did. So that makes me so happy, and I'm just here to answer any questions you guys have and let you guys know that it's scary, yes. And I had an open myomectomy, so they literally cut me. It wasn't laparoscopic, where I had like 3 tiny incisions. So definitely been through it, but it was definitely worth it. I can finally sit here and say that, because, you know, when I was recovering, I'm like, oh my God, why me? Why did I do this? Why do I have to like go through this? But at least it worked out for the better. So I am just going to end it here and tell all you other women out there going through it, making a decision, good luck. It's worth it. You're going to be very happy in the end. You're going to have struggle a little bit, but it's not forever. Like, I was off pain meds by like 5 days, and everyone's different, but it's going to work out for you. You're going to be so much happier that you did it. And if you have any questions, I am here for you. Bye.